It's morphin' time! I'm Corbin Peterson, and welcome to Corbin Reviews. Power Rangers, directed by Dean Israelite, starring Bryan Cranston, Elizabeth Banks, and Bill Hader. It also stars 5 very unknown young actors, and I will give them the biggest praise because they are what holds this movie together. Their chemistry with each other is ridiculous. I never seen this type of ensemble work so well together the first time that they're all on screen. First, we'll go to the somewhat opening of the film. They give a little bit of a history of the Power Rangers that I think a lot of hardcore fans of Power Rangers will enjoy, since I am one. I liked it. I liked what they did with it. It made sense. Then we jump to Angel Grove, which is seen as a small town, and we are introduced to all 5 Power Rangers. The thing I will say is that they are all very likable. The problems made sense. Nothing seemed overblown. There were 2 characters in the film that they actually made kind of bold choices with. I'm not going to say what they are because I don't want to spoil anything, but they could have been seen as maybe offensive, or maybe they're trying to portray too much or send out too much of a message, but they didn't. I think they worked very, very well. If I were to say there's one of the Rangers that do stand out from everybody else, it's Billy, because I think he is the most fleshed out character out of all of them. I'm also going to say that the acting by all of them was great, and they worked really, really well with what they were given. Also, there's this really awesome heart-to-heart scene around the campfire that's kind of reminiscent of the Breakfast Club, where they all kind of air out their problems. That to me was the most emotional part of the movie, because they do take the time to build up the characters, but you might not know everything about them. And then when they finally tell like some secrets around the campfire, it really does pull you in and makes you actually care about them. I really enjoyed the first 2 acts of the film because it was seen as a very, very serious movie. It had a very serious tone, and it was very character driven amongst all the actors. And that's what drew me in, and I think that's what drew probably the rest of the audience in. Well, all the other audience were like 5-year-olds with their parents, and I was the 25-year-old that was there by himself. Yeah. The first 2 acts did carry a very serious tone, and it was a rarely good build-up to when they get the powers, and there was reasons why they can't morph right away, to which they have to earn the right to morph. Then when everything does add up, when they finally morph, that's not a spoiler, you see they morph in the trailer, obviously. The third act, when they morph, that's when the movie kind of loses it for me. Even though it's supposed to be the climax and the big action and the big payoff for everything, I just think the tones changed, and it just didn't work as well as I wanted it to, because it was serious and then it went super TV show campy with all that. They could have made it more, gritty, like they were making it in the previous 2 acts, but for some reason they didn't. And Elizabeth Banks' portrayal as Rita Repulsa, she was playing it over the top. Like, she's the most over the top character in this movie. Everybody else is so grounded to where whenever she's on the screen, she just absolutely, just chews the scenery. And I do like Elizabeth Banks, but her decisions in this movie just didn't work for me. But there were 2 scenes that I will give her some props for, where she was actually pretty intimidating. But other than that, I just didn't find her too great of a character. Like, you wanted to really hate her, but she was just weird. Then you had Bryan Cranston as Zordon, who he voiced some of the characters in the original TV show. And then Bill Hader, who was Alpha 5. If you like Alpha 5 in the show, you will like him in the movie. If you didn't like him in the show, you probably won't like him in the movie. So he's a hit or miss for a lot of people. But all in all, I did enjoy this movie. Like I said, it was very character driven. The young actors were amazing. Then you got the slow build up to where they finally morphed. That was awesome. But again, like I said, when they actually do get their powers, it's just kind of let down, because there really isn't a whole lot of action, especially outside of the Zords, which was disappointing. I wanted to see more actual fighting. And then the time that you spend in the Zords was actually pretty cool, but it just seemed too short. It seemed like there was so much build up, but not a lot of payoff. But they did set it up well for future movies. I think they'll learn probably from their mistakes in this one, and they'll carry what they learned over into the next film. So if I were to give this movie a grade, I'd give it a B-. I enjoyed it. It has its flaws. I might see it again. I will most likely buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out. That is my review for Power Rangers. I will have more reviews coming up as soon as I can see more movies. So like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all later.